everyone, today I will present my research titled Consumer Behavior in Malaysia's Billing Box Market. My presentation will cover 7 main parts: research background, research objective, research model, variables, and hypotheses, research methodology, data analysis, and conclusion. I will explain why billing box consumption is important, how the research was conducted, and what factors influence consumers' continuous purchase behavior. Billing box consumption has become a popular form of experimental consumption. Unlike normal product, consumers do not know the exact item before purchase. This uncertainty creates curiosity, excitement, surprise, and collectability. In Malaysia, billing box products can be purchased through both online and offline channels, such as Shopee, Lazada, TikTok Shop, Big Story, shopping mall, kiosks, and vending machines. Therefore, the attraction of billing box is not only the product itself, but also the emotion experience before and after opening the box. The main problem is that an initial purchase does not always lead to repeat purchase. Billing box brands depend on continual buying because consumers often collect series, limited edition, or hidden items. However, not all consumers continue buying after their first experience. Previous studies mainly focused on impulse buying, curiosity, uncertainty, scarcity, and perceived value. There is still limited research on continuous purchase behavior, especially in the Malaysia billing box market. Therefore, this study explains how Malaysia consumers move from short-term excitement to long-term repeat purchase. This study has 6 research objectives. The first 4 objectives examine how product feature, product price, product availability, and product promotions affect perceived enjoyment and satisfaction. The 5th objective examines the effect of perceived enjoyment on continuous purchase behavior, while the 6th examines the effect of satisfaction on continuous purchase behavior. This study is based on Stimulus-Organism-Response model, also known as the SOR model. In this model, the stimulus factors are product features, product price, product availability, and product promotions. The organism variable are perceived enjoyment and satisfaction. The response variable is continuous purchase behavior. The hypotheses are divided into 3 groups. H1 to H4 examine the effect of the 4 stimulus factor on perceived enjoyment. H5 to H8 examine the effect of the 4 stimulus factor on satisfaction. H9 and H10 examine whether perceived enjoyment and satisfaction influence continuous purchase behavior. This study is a quite neat research design. Data were collected through an online questionnaire. Response had to meet 2 screening criteria. They must be Malaysia consumers, and they must have purchased billing box products within the past 6 months. A total of 200 questionnaire responses were collected. After screening and data cleaning, have 146 valid responses. Were used for the final analysis. The data will analyze using SPSS, including descriptive statistic, reliability analysis, person correlation analysis, and multiple regression analysis. This study measured 7 main constructs based on the SOR framework. The 4 stimulus variable were product features, product price, product availability, and product promotion. The 2 organism variable were perceived enjoyment and satisfaction. The response variable was continuous purchase behavior. Product feature, product price, product availability, and product promotions were measured using a 6-point Likert scale. Perceived enjoyment, satisfaction, and continued purchase behavior were measured using a 7-point Likert scale. This slide shows the profile of the response and their billing box buying behavior. There were 146 valid responses. The largest age group was 24 to 30 years old, and the most response had a bachelor's degree. In terms of buying behavior, many responses purchase billing box once a month or once every 2 weeks. The main reason for buying billing box was fun and surprise. This shows that the simple meaning consists of young consumers who already have repeat billing box purchase experience. For reliability analysis, conservative alpha was used. The results show that perceived enjoyment had the highest reliability value. Some variable shows moderate reliability, while product features and product price showed relatively low reliability. Although some value well below the conventional 0.7 threshold, the construction will still retain because this study is explorative and the items are theoretically related to the billing box consumption context. Descriptive statistic show that response generally had a positive perception of billing box consumption. Product availability records the highest mean among the stimuli variables. Perceived enjoyment also show a high mean score. This suggests that consumers generally find billing box purchase enjoyable, and they value convenience exercise to building blocks product person correlation analysis show that all variables will positively and significantly correlate. This means that better perceptions of product future price availability and promotion are generally associated with higher enjoyment, satisfaction, and continued purchase behavior. Among these relationships, product promotion had the strongest correlation with perceived enjoyment, showing that promotion are closely related to consumers' emotion experience. The first regression analysis examines the impact of product futures, product price, product availability, and product promotion on perceived enjoyment. The results show that product availability and product promotions had significant positive impact on perceived enjoyment. However, product futures and product price were not significant. This means that consumers feel more enjoyment when building blocks are easy to assess and when promotion correct. The next regression analysis examined the impact on the four stimulus variable on satisfaction. The results showed that product price, product availability, and product promotions had significant positive impact on satisfaction. Product future did not significantly affect satisfaction. This suggests that consumers feel more satisfied when building blocks are reasonable price, easy to purchase. The Sport 5 attractive regression analysis examined whether perceived enjoyment and satisfaction influence continual purchase behavior. The results showed that both perceived enjoyment and satisfaction had significant positive impact on continuous purchase behavior. Perceived enjoyment had a strong impact than satisfaction. This means that fun, surprise, and excitement are very important in encouraging consumers to continue buying building blocks. Overall, 7 hypotheses were spot and 3 hypotheses were not spot. H3, H4, H6, H7, H8, H9, and H10 were spotted. H1, H2, and H5 were not spotted. In simple terms, product availability and product promotion are important for perceived enjoyment. Product price, product availability, and product promotion are important for satisfaction. Finally, both perceived enjoyment and satisfaction are important for continuous purchase behavior. The key finding of this study is that continuous purchase behavior in Malaysia's building blocks market is not driven by product futures alone. Instead, it is mainly influenced by availability, promotion, price perception, perceived enjoyment, and satisfaction. This means that consumers do not continue buying building blocks only because the design is attractive. They are more likely to continue purchasing when the product is easy to access, the price feels reasonable, the promotion is engaging, and the overall experience is enjoyable and satisfying. Another important finding is that perceived enjoyment has a stronger impact on continuous purchase behavior than satisfaction. This shows that building blocks consumption is strongly emotional and experimental. This study supports the use of SOR model in explaining building blocks consumer behavior. It ignores generally influence consumers' internal psychological response, and this response then influence continual purchase behavior. For manager, the first recommendation is to stronger than promotion strategy. Brand can use social media campaigns, influencer marketing, unboxing video, giveaway, and special events to increase enjoyment. Second, brand should improve product availability through both online and offline channels, such as Shopee, Lazada, TikTok Shop, physical store, shopping mall sites, and vending machines. Third, brand should maintain reasonable and transparent pricing because price perception has a significant effect on satisfaction. Overall, building blocks brand should focus on creating an enjoyable and convenient consumption experience rather than relying only on product features. This study has several limitations. First, the sample size was 146 by the response, so future study can use a large sample. Second, this study focuses on Malaysia building blocks consumer, so the findings may not fully represent consumer in other countries. Third, this study used only a qualitative survey. Future study can use qualitative interviews to gain deeper insight. Future research can also compare online and offline purchase channels, or include variables such as brand loyalty, impulse buying, perceived scarcity, and social influence. In conclusion, this study found that continuous purchase behavior in Malaysia's building blocks market is mainly influenced by perceived enjoyment, satisfaction, product availability, product promotion, and reasonable price perception. Consumers are more likely to continue buying building blocks when the experience is enjoyable, convenient, promotional, and satisfying. The findings also show that building blocks consumption is not only about the product itself, but also about the emotion experience created throughout the purchase journey. To end my presentation, building blocks brand should not only focus on product design, but also on availability, promotion, pricing, enjoyment, and satisfaction. This factor can help brands encourage continuous purchase behavior in a more sustainable way. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to my supervisor, Dr. Jasmine Yeap, Leen, for her guidance and support throughout this research project. Thank you for your listen.